You have almost certainly seen this. Light falls into a cup, bounces off the inside wall, and gathers itself into a bright curve, folded to a sharp point. It looks like an accident of the lighting. It is not. This curve has a name, an exact equation, and a history that runs through some of the finest minds in optics. Today, we are going to catch it. Start with the simplest possible model. Look straight down into the cup. The wall is a circle, and it acts as a mirror on its inside. Light from a distant lamp arrives from one side as a family of parallel rays. Follow a single ray. It crosses the cup and strikes the far wall. At the point of impact, draw the normal, the line pointing straight out from the center. The law of reflection says the ray bounces off at the same angle it arrived. Equal angles on both sides of the normal, no matter where the ray lands. That is the only physics this whole story needs. Now let every ray play the same game. Each one strikes its own point. Each one bounces at its own angle, and every single one of them is a perfectly straight line. But together, they conspire. Where neighboring rays cross, the light piles up, and out of nothing but straight lines, a bright curve appears. Mathematicians call this curve the envelope of the family, the one curve that is tangent to every single ray. Slide along it, and at every point, exactly one reflected ray brushes the curve, matching its direction exactly. Physicists prefer an older word. They call it a caustic, from the Greek word for burning, because where rays concentrate, light really can burn. And the fiercest point of all is this spike, the cusp, which sits exactly half the radius from the center, halfway between the middle of the cup and the far wall. So, what exactly is this bright curve? First, complete the picture. If rays could strike every part of the wall, the envelope would close up into this two-cusped shape. It is called a nephroid, from the Greek word for kidney. For a cup of radius 1, it has an exact parametric formula, and every point of the curve on screen is drawn directly from it. Here is where the popular story gets interesting. Articles love to call the curve in your coffee a cardioid, a mathematical heart. A cardioid truly is a caustic of the circle, but only in one exact situation. The light source has to sit on the rim itself. Put a point of light right on the edge, and the envelope becomes this single cusped heart. Its point rests exactly 1/3 of the radius from the center, and its far side reaches all the way back to the lamp. Between the heart and the kidney, there is a dial. Pull the lamp away from the rim, and the caustic deforms continuously, its cusp sliding outward from 1/3 of the radius toward 1/2. Sunlight sits at the far end of that dial. Its rays arrive essentially parallel, and the caustic settles onto the nephroid, with its cusp at exactly half the radius. One last honest detail. Real light enters from one side, so only half of the wall is ever lit, and only half of the envelope is ever drawn. What survives is half a nephroid with a single visible cusp. That is the true shape in your cup. Not quite a heart. Something rarer, and now, something you can name. There is a completely different way to draw this same curve, with no light at all. Fix one circle, and let a second circle, exactly half its radius, ride around the outside. Mark a single point on the rolling circle, and follow it as the circle turns over and around without ever slipping, all the way back to where it began. Two sharp cusps, the nephroid, traced by a circle rolling on one twice its size. Now change one thing. Make the two circles the same size. That same marked point now sweeps out a single cusp, and the shape it draws is the cardioid, the mathematical heart. These curves are all one family, the epicycloids, and only the ratio of the two radii decides which one you get. 2:1 gives the kidney, 1:1 gives the heart. And here is the quiet surprise that ties the whole story together. The curve traced by a rolling circle and the curve woven from reflected light are provably one and the same. Whether you roll a circle or bounce 1,000 rays off a cup, both constructions land on precisely this one formula, the Nephroid, written the same way every time. Now let's actually prove it. Look straight down again and place the cup on the unit circle. A ray of parallel light strikes the far wall at the point cosine t, sine t, and the wall's normal lies along that same radial line. That is all the geometry we fix. Reflect the horizontal ray across the normal with the standard reflection formula, and the outgoing direction comes out as minus cosine 2t, sine 2t. Write that reflected ray as a line, and you get one clean equation. Every value of t hands us a different ray in the family. The caustic is the envelope, the single curve tangent to all of these rays, and there is a classical trick to find it. Where two neighboring rays meet, the equation and its rate of change with t must both hold. So differentiate the ray equation with respect to t and set that equal to 0 as well. Now we have two linear equations in x and y. Their determinant is 2, never 0. So for every t, there is exactly one crossing point, and we can solve for it straight away. Tidy up the trigonometry, and the answer collapses into something clean. X is 3 cosine t minus cosine 3t all over 4, and y is the same with sines. That is the Nephroid, exactly, with no approximation hiding anywhere. Lay it back over the rays, and it threads through every single crossing. Checked against the closed form on a computer, the two agree all the way down to the limit of machine precision. The curve in your cup is not almost this equation, it is this equation. The coffee cup was only the beginning. Every shiny circular bowl does this, and reflection caustics like these even have a name: catacaustics. A wedding ring resting on a sheet of paper throws a tiny, sharp cusp of light. So does the bottom of a metal pan sitting in the morning sun. Light does not only bounce. When it bends, refracting as it crosses a surface, it makes the other kind, diacaustics. The restless net of bright lines on the floor of a swimming pool is exactly this: sunlight gathered and focused by the wrinkled surface of the water above it. Even the rainbow is a caustic. Sunlight refracts and reflects inside countless raindrops and piles up along one special direction, about 42 degrees away from the point directly opposite the sun. That bright arc is simply where the light concentrates, and it reaches the largest scales we know. A whole galaxy can bend the light of something far behind it, smearing it into arcs and rings, and the very same idea helps astronomers discover planets orbiting distant stars. One law of light, equal angles in and out, drawn quietly in the bottom of your cup and written across the sky.